Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ministry of Miracles. I'm Arif Gilany. Here I am going to record a full session of presentation with Aurum Foundation by Hugh Paul, who is a great friend of mine. If you have $1 million investment that you need to take advantage of, or you even have $100, you can talk to me. $1 million will be handled with Hugh Paul that is coming on right now. So I want you to join us. All of you who watch on Facebook Live, YouTube subscriptions, make sure you forward it. This is a unicorn opportunity, means that it has never been seen. Have you ever seen a unicorn? No. So if you want to see one in creation, make sure you share this video with somebody that you respect, somebody that you trust, somebody that you really value their opinion. So here, stay with me until I go into my link and I get the Hugh Paul's Zoom link. I will be sharing some screen with you, not at the moment, so bear with me as I'm live on Facebook, here recording on YouTube, and next going to get my Zoom link. That's what you can do if you don't have a Zoom link, and you go and click on the Zoom link. Okay, so here's my Zoom link. Click, and I did click, and it should come up right now. It should say waiting because I'm a little bit early. I wanted to get your attention before the meeting starts as I do my setup here at the studio at home. To work from home is both a blessing. Oh, it's on right now, scheduled for 3 p.m. waiting for host to join. Those of you live on Facebook, you can message me right now. You can join before the whole session starts. So I am going to put my public with patiently on YouTube here on a notification where I go and share with you in the next 10 minutes the most valuable lessons of life on how H-O-W, how health and wellness is my passion. I spent 10 years in health and wellness to found a company and write a book that explains all of the health and wellness needs that you need to take care of. If you read this book and you don't heal from anything, you send it back. We'll get you the money back. We'll even send you some camel socks. But you read this book. This is an incredible source of information, resources, formulas. In accomplishment with this ministry of miracles, I have found the miracle of AI, artificial intelligence, robots that is said by 2030 will take over 30% of jobs globally. You should be seeking right now. You should be very scared. You should be thinking about your job. You should be thinking about the future of your money, the future of your retirement, where you want to do. So I am here to enlighten you. I want you to pay attention to this 1 hour show. It's best show on social media, on YouTube, anywhere, on your TV. You see that Main Street is brainwashed you, attracts you because we don't have enough interesting stuff to offer you. But here I am proud to say the Ministry of Miracles is all about creativity. It is called the art of creativity. We're creating miracles on daily basis in the health and wellness industry for people who have no other hope. Doctors can help them, psychiatrists can help them, but this is about money. If you just turn on that money machine in your head, you'll be able to activate all of the cells that you haven't activated, to focus from illness to health, from poorness to wealth, from lack to abundance, from no to yes, from doubt to trust, to from all of the negative things that are holding you back or wasting your time, friend. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, that means you like our content. And if you do like our content, if it's good for you, it should be good for your friends and family too. You are the most important person, so why not share with them? Don't worry about what they think about you. Anybody ask you any questions, bring them into my room and we'll answer it together. That's my offer for you. So how do we do this? How is the premier question of life. That should be burned here. HOW. Health and wellness. You need a system for this. organization that I'm organizing. I've got a lot of resources organized right now. I'm not even supposed to be on social media here explaining this, because this is for the exclusive club, this is for the rich club, this is for the $1 million club. As a matter of fact, they raised $550 million with the exclusive club, and then the system operated from 23 to 24 to 25, and they now, as of May, made it available to the public. I am blessed and honored to be the first representative in Canada to introduce this to the public. My vision is by 2030 to have 5 million people to use this credit card, to avoid all of the charges, to avoid all of the taxes, to avoid all of the regulations that are holding you back, that are draining your energy with your money. My friends, this is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Recording in progress.
All right. I have
Recording stopped.
pleasantly been interrupted. So let's go join you, Paul, here. I make sure that things work. I'm sharing my screen, entire screen, yes, sir. And I go to, oh, not to my partnership program. I'm so anxious to get there. Oh, I go to here. All right. So hang in there, those of you who are listening, who are watching. I'm sharing screen, and I don't have a feedback on if my shared screen is open. And right now I'm going through my whole channels, and we want to bring out the Zoom channel right here. If you're suffering from health and wellness, make sure you check out www.camelcare. Right now I'm going through here. Paul, I was calling me. I can't answer you. I'm sorry. Not time. Right now it's time for showtime. Showtime, nobody answered the call. All right. So I believe that we have this operation under control here. As I go back to my room, I go back to the script. All right. We have two screens. One is here. This expands, and you will hear the screen here. Underneath, there's layers and layers of basically programs going on right here. I've got, okay, there's one. No, that's it. It's me and you. And let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. In exactly 5 minutes, there will be the most powerful presentation of your whole entire life. Opportunity is like a bus. If you don't take it, someone else will take the seat. If you don't pay attention, someone else will pay attention. If you don't inquire, someone else will. This community is full of miracles. Make sure you get this book on Amazon and read it. Read it because it has formula after formula for life. For example, like a Falah Hafez, they say in Persian. If we just flip through it and open up a page, it would make total sense to you. Here it is. No elevator to success. There's no elevators to success or rocket to success. Daily basis. Your self-concept is the most important ally on your journey to achievement, because as within, so without. So how you feel has a big impact on how you perform. You will also need goals, a goals program that requires commitment to stay focused. Listen, all I'm doing here in this social media and this YouTube channels to stay focused and to bring your attention to this opportunity. And it was all written down step by step in 2022, before we even had this opportunity. But success leaves footprints, ladies and gentlemen. When looking for a suitable residence in Istanbul during the COVID, the writing of this book, I selectively chose a penthouse of the 7th floor apartment building without an elevator. Every time someone came to visit, they had to put the effort up to come up 8 flights of stairs, 100 steps, and that gave them a good workout. I did this in incredible experiment, and the results are going to be here in this 1 hour. So stay with this right here. As soon as the person entered the room, they had an inbuilt self-concept checked. They either they complained and or they commended based on their level of fitness and self-concept. I personally went down and up at least a couple of times a day just to do my leg work. This is your formula for health and wellness. This is your formula. Jim Rohn, the greatest American business philosopher, said, become a millionaire, not because of $1 million, but what you will become in the process of achieving $1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading from the book. I'm not just talking to you here. I am educating you about the process of becoming a millionaire. And here is how you can put it on autopilot and see how it works for someone who's already done it. He's on the way to getting this off the ground as soon as we're finished here. So I'm waiting for Hugh Paul to come, but since we don't want to waste time, I want to take another slip through the book and find out the next one. All right, he's got 5 minutes on, so we have 5 minutes to read. Workshop of Miracles. This is the Workshop of Miracles coming back. Man, if this is not miracles, you tell me what is. You do not have to have a lot of brains in this world to succeed or be financially well off. You do not even have to be so brilliant or have a wonderful education. We all know the stories of college dropout millionaires, but you do need to take whatever little you can and apply, ladies and gentlemen. Apply it. 5 minutes are coming up. I'm going to continue reading through this miracle book that is making global headlines and bestsellers in UK. Application is the Workshop of Miracles. Application is the Workshop of Miracles, ladies and gentlemen. Use your wisdom in operation. Do something about it. All this calls for personal initiative. Take time today. Get your questions answered. For those early years, under the watchful eye of my grandmother and grandmother, I learned the principle of discipline and motive. My father, like his father, was either away fighting some war, exiled, running away from trouble that Kurds, in the name of all Kurds, حوالت هجا قال من ورن سیستمکی تازه بانکی یه کریپتوکرنسی تازه او ساله دست ببین تماس من. We facing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s in the Middle East was like a hell. So when you go through hell, you keep on walking. 3 minutes left. I love my father. In the name of my father. But he was not around too much. He was exiled to Tehran, the capital city of Iran, where he really bonded. But where we really bonded, that's where my first time spent on consistent basis with my dad. We had a lot of fun going to film festivals, events together, meeting some incredible people. I was always a network marketer. I was always meeting people. I was learning from all his experiences. And as the two of us lived together alone for several years back in the 80s, me and my papa were tight, best friends. I learned that it is the quality of time you spend with your children that matters, not the amount of time you spend, the things you give them. The quality is the most important component here. 2 minutes to go. Most average families may not spend in the same house watching. Most average families may spend in the same house watching TV together, but there is truly a little learning and teaching going on when you're watching something. The only way to learn is to participate. I'm participating in this pre-show. I want to bring you the best. I want to bring you the greatest leadership. I want to teach you the discipline of initiative. I have always had a vivid, controlled, and directed imagination, ladies and gentlemen. From childhood, we used the blue sky method. In less than 2 minutes, you're going to hear from Hugh Paul. Be patient, listen, take notes, make a comment below this. Imagination is a marvelous thing. And if you don't have it under controlled and directed, it may be very dangerous for you. You know, the overthinking hell, the hell that you confined, that you don't have the answer, that you're alone. It's over. Uncontrolled imagination for the wrong things may be extremely dangerous, as we see people with uncontrolled imagination build penitentiaries all over the world. Most of us are sitting in the prison cell of our own mind, uncontrolled mind. One of the tenets of personal initiative is to direct your energy and to make firm, definite decisions. It's time to make your decision in 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. This is being recorded for you who are watching, who subscribe to this channel, in 20 seconds. My morning routine is a part of my character, the health habits that I've developed based on personal initiative. I can share them with you, but here's a chance for you to learn from the best, none other than Hugh Paul of Ireland, truly a leader, a network marketer, a psychologist, a developer. Pay attention.
Hey, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for attending this presentation. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to those of you that are new, particularly those of you who are here for the very first time. Thank you so much. And I would always like you to go back and maybe tell the person that sent you the link that after you've seen the presentation that you're happy that you've done so, that you've learned something tonight, that you've got something very, very interesting. So I'm just going through the guest list here. A lot of guests on tonight. Wow, you guys have been working hard. We've done a lot of business this week as we close out for our promotion. And I'll talk about that at the end, where you can get flights, accommodation, 5-star hotel. Don't bring any money with you because everything's paid for. Meet the owner, meet the tech team, meet the traders, meet the leaders around the world. That's coming up. A very nice trip into, I'm just going down through these names there, into, let me see, did my guy join? My guy is here. Thank you for joining. Wow. Would you believe it? I sent a link out there about 4 minutes ago and he jumped on. Thank you. I'll talk to you after the presentation. Let me go back. We have people on tonight from Canada, United States again, Canada again. Alicia, I know that name. Alicia, I should know where you're from. Sorry, Adam, I guess you're from Croatia, if that's the Adam.
See if he's going to recognize us.
He's on the call. He's always on the call. Ben's on the call. Dami's on the call. Doreen's on the call. Thank you, Doreen. Hannah's here. Hattie's here. Who else is here on this? It's here. Not going to pronounce that one. John's here. JC's here. Maria Dolores has her hand up. James Bond's in the house. Hey, did you know we've got a James Bond 007? James Bond's in the house tonight. And of course, JB's in the house as well. Jerry's in the house. Kitasi's in the house. Juan's in the house. It also starts with a J. And of course, we've got the L's and the M's. We've got the Maliks and the Marias and the Olas and the OJs and the, wow, there's a big crowd here tonight. Wow, Paul Hoot's in the house. Thanks, Paul, for showing up. We've got, playing through these. Queen is here, Rastus here, Rebecca's here, Richard's here, Robert's here. All the R's are in the house. TR's here. Soma and Sohail and Simon's in the house. Of course he is. And hey, we've got no Zoom user. I always get Zoom user and I always get iPhone. Wow. But guess who's the last one, bottom of the list? Wouldn't you expect it to start with Z or Z? It's the champs in the house. So welcome to each and everyone. I'd just like to get quite an overview of here. A big, big crowd on tonight. So thank you again. Let's get this show started. Let's get you with the information. Let me find the record button. We'll go live just right now. Hear the old note. Here we go.
Recording in progress.
Now it starts.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us on this short presentation. We're here to look at the Aurum Foundation. I don't work for Aurum myself. I'm a freelancer. I'm independent, I suppose. Not even a consultant. What would I be? I would be an educator, possibly just like the person that invited you to help with this. So I don't work for the company. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice in that respect. But it's always prudent to go and seek your own professional advice, no matter what business you're getting involved in. If you're going to be a hairdresser or a barber or a taxi driver or tradesperson, if you want to be an accountant, always go and speak to someone in that profession. Learn a little bit about, get their opinion, and same here. When we're involved with any new platform, whether it's cryptocurrency trading platforms, it's always prudent to do your own due diligence, of course, to make informed decisions after you've consulted someone who's in the know. That's very, very important. Let's talk about who's behind the company. I think that's very important. And you'll be delighted to know it's Mr. Brian Benson. I mean the Brian Benson. Brian Benson did his education in San Diego University in Southern California. When he came out of school, he went straight into the banking industry, and he worked at the bank, and he became one of the traders for Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley, very, very reputable bank. And Brian did great over there. But then he did something crazy. What do you think he did? He came out of the banking industry, which is, this traditional fiat money system, and he moved into the Web3 world of cryptocurrency. And he started working for none other than Binance. That's right. And at Binance, he went right up the ranks. He actually became the director inside Binance. He was the director for all of LATAM, all of Latin America. His role was to open the markets. He had to do the due diligence. He had to do the regulatory measures to move into Mexico. That's a very big market for Binance. They opened up in Brazil and Chile and all of those Southern American countries. And he got so much experience because Binance came from nothing to what they describe as a unicorn company, faster than a Microsoft, faster than a Tesla. Binance is one of the giants. Great platform. Now, it's a great platform. I don't use it myself, but it tells us that we're dealing here with someone that has experience, and I think that's important. We're not dealing with some new kid on the block who's trying something out, that's testing something. We're dealing with someone that's done it before, and I think that's somebody with experience. I think that's a good thing for all of us. So that's a little bit about Brian Benson. Now, I hadn't heard of him until I was examining this project, so I did a little Google on him. As you know, we all would do a little bit of Googling, so off I went, and his name is Brian, B-R-Y-A-N, Brian. So if you're ever going to do that, it's Brian Benson. I just typed in Brian Benson Binance, and then I clicked on the images. Can you see when I moved to the images, and I was able to see, wow, this guy's everywhere, which was great news. You can see young photographs, older photographs. You can see photographs taken by Forbes magazine. You can see, what can you see here? You can see the Binance logo. You can see the Binance on his shirt here. Here's another T-shirt. He's wearing Binance. You can see the Aurum logo here. So this is the real deal. This is the real Brian Benson. I was also enthused when I read that Forbes had mentioned Binance in an article, or not Binance, Aurum in an article. And it says that Aurum is providing institutional grade trading. Now, Forbes magazine, which I would call a reputable media company, it does an awful lot of research, a lot of data, a lot of research. It creates the rich lists. You've probably heard of the Forbes rich list. Who are the top 100 people in the world? Or who are the richest people in North America? Who are the richest people in Asia? They formulate all this data and they run out a lot of stuff. So they also have the Forbes magazine where they feature many of the top CEOs in the world. So it was very interesting to see that Forbes had written a positive piece about Aurum, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And then the third thing that really did it for me was Visa card. That's right. We have a Visa card co-branded with Aurum. That's a very, very hard thing to do. You'll not get Visa to put your name on it, except in little print that you're the holder of the card. But on this card, you'll notice there's no holder's name on the card. Why? We don't need to know your name. We don't need your passport. We don't need your utility bill. We don't need your driving license. This is a cryptocurrency card without KYC. This is sensational. It means you can onboard USDT from any platform. You pop it into your Aurum account, send it onto your card, and go spend cryptocurrency. Two problems we have in the world today in terms of cryptocurrencies. Number one, how do we turn our paper money or traditional currency into crypto? How do we do that? That's difficult for a lot of people. So that's called onboarding. The other problem is, well, let's say you had it onboarded. How do we use it? How do we get it out there? How do we spend it? That's off-ramping. And we have that already in situation, guys. The onboarding will come when they launch their exchanges, and we believe that's going to happen before the end of the year. We're going to create two exchanges, just like Binance. We're going to create a centralized and a decentralized exchange. We're going to have the Aurum token, it'll be like BNB token, and that's going to be an exciting opportunity in the future, but with great opportunity on our doorstep right now. And I dug up a little bit further information. I found that Brian had written on Forbes Finance Council. He wrote a great article there about fixing money with technology. You will fix the world. And a great article because he talks about the current economic money system we use, the monetary system we use now, pound, euro, dollar, naira, Japanese yen, all of those currencies, they print this stuff on a press. It's not backed by anything. A $50 bill costs about 14 US cents to print. A $100 bill costs about 14 US cents to print. So how come one's worth 100 and one's worth 50? They're both the same cost, both the same piece of paper, different numbers on it, but it's only worth 14 cents. It's got no intrinsic value. It used to be that to print money, the central banks and the Federal Reserve, they had to have gold in the vault to match the money they were printing. In 1971, that relationship was severed, and now they can print as much as they want. That's why we're in trouble. That's why $100 this year will buy you $90 worth of products next year. It will lose its value due to inflation. It's not backed by gold. Whereas what Brian talks about is blockchain. This is a beautiful digital ledger that they can't print more money. There's a fixed finite quantity, particularly if we look at Bitcoin, that's 21 million Bitcoin. That will never be 22, 23. So it was interesting just to hear about the knowledge of this gentleman, the experience. He's a tech guy. He's a corporate guy. And I'm excited after doing this little bit of homework. I said, you know what? This guy's worth meeting. So I went and met him. I spent 3 days with him. And some of you guys on this call were with me. And we had a great time. We had breakfast with him 2 mornings. We had coffee with him mid-afternoon. We had lunch. We had evening meals with him. We even went swimming with him. And over 2 or 3 days with his wife, you kind of learn a lot more about the client, a lot more about the man, how he treats his wife. How does he open the door? How does he move the chair for her? You know, is he a family man? Is he an honest man? Has he got this experience? Why did he leave finance? What's he doing here with Aurum? What does he want to do with Aurum? Well, I know what he wants to do. Right? He's going to tell you himself in just a moment. He wants to create another unicorn company just like Binance. Now, he, by no stretch of the imagination, does he believe this is going to be Binance number 2 as fast as Binance was. But he thinks over the next 2, 3, 4 years, he could create a very nice platform that's going to be very easy to onboard the new wave of customers that are excited about getting into cryptocurrency, because the present, I suppose, appetite for cryptocurrency is very positive, particularly since the Trump administration. There seems to be a lot of people very comfortable with it. Bitcoin is 15 years old. So there's a lot of positivity about it. Social media is quite positive. All the big finance houses are getting on board. BlackRock, Strategy, with Michael Saylor, they're all getting involved. And the governments too. Not all of them, but quite a few of them are very, very favorable. And they're looking into this industry in a big, big way. Well, Brian Benson is one of these guys that has so much experience. He's a guy worth listening to. And I'd like you all to listen to him here for just a few seconds to tell you what he wants to do. He also wants to create 1,000 millionaires. Have a listen to this, please.
I think if we have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 billionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be $1 billion business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that, and we're well on our way to that. So
there you go. That's what he wants to do. It's whether you want to do that with him or be part of that or be any small part of that. Like if you don't want to be a millionaire, what about being a 100,000-aire or a 10,000-aire or a 1,000-aire? It's all very possible, and we are already seeing some of our affiliates doing quite well. We've some affiliates have earned over $500,000 in a handful of months. We've other affiliates earned over $250,000, and I see 2 or 3 of them on this call tonight. So there is a lot of potential here. But my job is not to convince you. My job is just to share the information, to share the experience. It's up to you to make your mind how you feel about it. So let me tell you about how to get started if you like the project. It's going to cost you just under $20 US, $19.99 for the entire year. And what that does is that permits you to use all of their products. And I think they have 7, 8, or 9 products right now, except the Visa card. That's another purchase that you need to do. But for $20, essentially 4 cups of coffee, you can use all of their products. They have a range of products. I haven't tried them all myself, to be honest. I've certainly tried 3 or 4 of them, and those 3 or 4 I'm happy to tell you about. I'm not going to tell you about a product that I haven't used. I don't think that's fair. I will tell you about a product that I am happy with, and here we go. Here's the first product. The first product is called the EXI Bot. It is my favorite, and the reason it is, it performs the best, and number 2, it's the longest standing product they've had. They started this bottle way back 2 years ago, and it was not for the general public. This was reserved for the big guys out of finance. This was reserved for the big clients, big customers, what we call the high net worth individuals, or the home family offices, or the venture capitalists. It was designed for those guys. And after about a year, they realized when they were going to launch the exchange, they required a larger database than a handful of rich customers. They needed a dispersity of customers around the world. They did not want to rely on North America, South America, or Asia, or Europe. They wanted a diverse community, lots of token holders, lots of wallet holders. So they decided this route quite recently to allow people like ourselves to participate, and I'm very glad that they did. Now, this product has achieved over 450% in those 2 short years, which is sensational. And I decided to look at the breakdown of these numbers. How does it perform on a monthly basis versus a couple of years? And it was very intriguing to see that, for instance, if we go back to March 23, they achieved about 13% for the month. In April, it jumped up to 18%, and went back to 11, up to 15, down to 9, and 9% appears to be the worst performing month, even though 9% is fantastic. But it's up and down, and then it got very smooth, very consistent. In mid 24 up to date, it's doing 16, 18, 15, 16, 18, much more consistent. And the reason for that is it's not just traders that are operating here. We're also dealing with technology. We're dealing with fintech, financial technology. We're dealing with AI, and the AI is a particular type that learns. It's not fixed, because fixed AI isn't that it's intelligent for a while, but it doesn't keep up with the market. If you think of ChatGPT, you ask it something it doesn't know, it can't provide an answer, it has to learn. But if you ask it most questions, it can pull up 10,000 pieces of data in a second. And same here, the AI functioning across these accounts is very, very intelligent. It can pull on data from go back to February 23. What happened this time a year ago when this occasion? It can pull all this data. It's also fed with every news channel. It's fed with data from every exchange. Now, each exchange has its own using report as well. It takes all that data feed. It's got its own risk management system built in, but it's also overseen by real life people as well. In case there's some kind of sensational news that's going to disrupt the market, they can disconnect straight away from the exchanges, and that's very important as well. Now, whilst these numbers on the screen look very good, ladies and gentlemen, here's the bad news. You don't get this. You don't get this. No, this is how they're performing. What do you get would depend on your deposit to your account. Let me give you an idea. Let's suggest you try this with, I don't know, I'll make it up, $142. Well, with $142, you're going to fall into the basic category. You're going to enjoy rewards of about 10% of them, which is very good. For those of you who could manage a little bit more, let's say $256 or $783.09, doesn't really matter what it is, it will fall into the category dependent on your deposit. And what you'll notice here is there's no packages. There's no $100 package, $500 package, like some platforms I've seen. Actually, Brian Benson says he doesn't understand why that would be. And the other thing is there's no cap, like 2x, 3x, and you're out. Absolutely not. As long as they're trading, as long as the exchange is live and got liquidity, as long as the money is trading, there is no upper limit. And that was very good news to hear from this. For those of you who can do over $1,000, you're going to enjoy 12%. For those who can do 5,000 plus, you're going to get 13 or 14%. So really it depends on your deposit, what you'll enjoy. Also, when you trade up, what I mean by is, let's say you compound your account for a little bit and it goes beyond, say $250, you're going to fall into the higher category. So there's two ways you can enjoy higher benefits. Number one is trade up. In other words, reinvest your profits into your principal and allow that to grow to a higher level. Or secondly, you could you take out your money every day, you take out your profit every day, and maybe at the end of the month, let's say your wages or salary is due, you could do a top up to your account. And by topping up, you can top up to a higher category to enjoy a higher benefit. So I'm going to show you some accounts and show you how they work. This little account we're looking at now was commenced on the 17th of April. So what's that? 17th of April, May, June, July, August, September, nearly 5 months. Not quite, but nearly 5 months. We call it 5 months. The account, you can see, has now got $849. So what has it made? It was $500 deposit, now $849. It's made $349 in 5 months. Now, is that good? Is that bad? Is that indifferent? Let's have a look at the math. When you take the profit and you put it over your deposit, your principal, and you multiply it by 100%, that gives you the percentage reward. And you can see that 349 profit over 500 means this account achieved 69.8% profit in those 5 months. Now, of course, it's not fully 5 months, but I suppose we could say it's 70% over 5 months. Would that be fair? 70% over 5 months. Well, that's spectacular. That's like buying a house in any city in the world for $100,000. 5 months later, it's worth $170,000. 70%. That's incredible. If we took that over a monthly period, you're looking at 70 divided by 5 months is about 14% a month. So now we've got a question. Did we not say that between 500 and between 250 and $1,000, you're going to earn 11%? Did we not say that? Between 250 and $1,000, so this was $500. That's right in the middle. It should be getting about 11%. So how come 14? Anybody figure it out? It's this little button down here called reinvest. You see, when you have an account, your profit every day goes to your wallet for you to take out. So if you need cash flow, bills to pay, you take out your profit every day. And by the way, the withdrawal is 1% plus $1. Very, very low withdrawal fees. However, if you don't need the money, if you don't need the cash flow, you could, with your choice, press this little button, just slide it across to reinvest, and therefore every day your profit is added to the exchange alongside your principal, so you're trading a larger amount every day, so you can compound. And that's why instead of getting 11% a month on average, this account has achieved 14%, even though it's only a $500 account. Of course, you can start with $100, $112, or $976. It doesn't matter. It's what you deposit falls into these categories. So that's one of the little accounts. I'll show you a larger account in case you have clients in that kind of zone. Here's an account started on the 10th of April. This was a $10,000 account. So we were expecting what, 14, 15%. You see here, the VIP, 14 or 15%. Well, you can see that in 5 weeks, because we're looking at 10th of April to the 16th of May is 5 weeks, less a day. So from the 10th of April to the 16th of May, this account achieved 23%. The next time the screenshot was taken from the account was on the 24th of June. So if we go from the 10th of April to the 24th of June, you can see the exact same account of $10,000 is now sitting at $15,500. 55% in 10 weeks. So how can we relate to that? Buy a property in your town for $100,000. 10 weeks later, it's worth $155,000. 55%. That's how you could maybe conjure up what kind of performance that is. After 12 weeks, the same account ending in 1972, the 10th of April it commenced, is now sitting at $17,500 almost. That's 74%. And then just on the 10th of the 8th, that's the 10th of August, that was last month, the account has doubled. It's gone from $10,000 to $20,000. That's like buying a property in your town or your city for $100,000, and 16 weeks later, it's worth $200,000. That's the power. Now, at any time, you can turn off that reinvest button, and you can withdraw your profit every single day. If you don't even turn it on, then you can still withdraw your profit every day. So that's how it works. Quite sensational. And if you join a call on the same link, the same time tomorrow, you will see the update to this because it will be the 10th of September. And we're now going to look at 5 months. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 months. And this is data. This is real data from a customer. This is not provided by the company. Also, I must say that past performance is not indicative of future results. This is trading, but it's very, very positive. It's real, honest data from a customer's account. So with that said, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about this EXI bot. July month, it did 17.6%. Of course, we don't get that. That's what the company gets. It had $29 million trading. And just there past 9 days ago, we got the update on this account. And you can see that the account's now up to $34 million trading. It did slightly better, did just over 18%. And of course, every day, every month, the company updates the results with performance. Now, that's the first product. That's my favorite. They have about 6 or 7 other products. I don't intend to share all of them with you, but I'll talk about a couple other that I enjoy. The next product is called the EXI Pro Bot. It's kind of like a sister to the first one, but doesn't perform just as well. And the reason it doesn't perform just as well is because it's newer. It started at the end of March, I believe, this year. So whilst the other one was over 2 years old, this one started just a few months back, and it therefore doesn't have all the same data. It hasn't had okay, it's been well tested, but it doesn't have all the data that the first one's experienced. So why did we have 2? Well, this second one is not on the platform. This one is on Telegram. And Telegram is a decentralized communication channel. So over there, you can go to Telegram, and this is going to be provided on its own native app very, very soon. We're going to release an app. We can go there for it, but right now it's available on Telegram. You log into Telegram, you can talk to your USDT, and you can make profits over there as well. Now, the good news about this particular one is you can withdraw principal and profit at any time you wish. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any time of day. Okay, no lockup. It's fantastic. But there is a rule that you cannot have any more in the Pro Bot than what you already have in the EXI bot. Okay, so if you had $300 trading here on the left-hand side, you could not put 400 or 500 in this one, but you could put anything up to 300 what you have there. If you want to put more in this one, then you top the left one, which allows you to top up the right one. So that's how that one works. So different features, but they're both very good. My favorite, of course, is the EXI bot. Now, the third product that I use is called the Zeus bot. Now, this is very, very exciting. And again, this is on Telegram, and it trades Bitcoin. So if anybody has Bitcoin, let's say a little bit of Bitcoin sitting on a wallet doing nothing except going up and down with the markets. It's not really making you money, but it's not increasing your Bitcoin, but it's going up and down with the value of the market. Here, you can get that fraction of Bitcoin to grow. You can start 0.00. I think the least you can start with is about $100 with Bitcoin. I think that's 0.0009 is about $100 with Bitcoin. And you can go from 0.009 to 0.010, 1, and you can build it up to a full Bitcoin if you want. So that's how you can get your Bitcoin to grow. Or maybe you have a little bit of Ethereum sitting on a platform, or maybe you've got some BNB on your Binance. There's lots of people with BNB sitting on Binance, they don't touch it. It's been sitting there for years. Oh, I forgot I had that. Well, if you put it over here, you can increase your BNB, and they also do Pepe and Dodge. These are very interesting bots. So I'll just show you how to get these, just if you're interested. You go to Telegram, you search in the bar Aurum Neobank. Think of this as a new bank, Neobank. This is your new bank, your new digital bank. You open the application, you log in with the same credentials for your account, and in here you've got a drop-down menu. You have to download a Polygon wallet. It's just a click of a button. You don't even need any Polygon. You don't need to use it but I think it's reserved there for later on when the exchange goes live. But anyway, you download the Polygon wallet, just click a button. And you have a Bitcoin wallet in there, an Ethereum wallet, a Pep. You've got 5 or 6 wallets there that you can use if you wish. You also have the Visa card there as well. So if you like one of these Visa cards, you can put up to $100,000 a month on it with no KYC. This is sensational. We'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But I want to show you the Bitcoin bot in particular. This Bitcoin bot was funded on the 31st of May with 0.7 BTC, 0.7. Now I know you're saying it says 0.81. That's because it went from 0.7 to 0.7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 8.1. At that point in time, this screenshot was taken from Telegraph. It's inserted into this presentation so we could show you another starting point of 0.81. The bot had been trading for 14 hours and 59 minutes. It had made 0.0005. And what you do here is you can withdraw your Bitcoin anytime you want. If you need it, you can take it out, you put it in for a day, you put it in for an hour, it doesn't matter. It's not locked in. You can take your profit out and leave your principal. You can leave your profit in and take out your principal. But what if you want to compound on this in particular, you got to withdraw your profit to your wallet, okay? And then you stop the bot. And when you stop the bot, the 0.81 will go and attach to the 0.005. So now it's one piece. And then you ask to go back if you wish, to trade for tomorrow again. You have to manually compound on this one. On the first product we showed you, the EXI bot, you press the button, it does it all for you. This one, because it's decentralized, because you're in control of the money, because there's no lockup, because you can withdraw every time you want, you have to manually do it. There's no system doing this for you. You must do it. Now, this account, many of you have been following this account as we do our presentations. You can see here it's at 0.81. It jumped up to 0.82 after some trading. It then jumped up to 0.4, jumped up to 0.85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 0.9, 0.91. And that's as far as we go. So it's gone from 0.7 of the Bitcoin that was sitting on an exchange doing nothing. It's now 0.91. This has made over $25,000 without any customers, without any presentations. It's just your money working for you instead of you working for your money. And of course, there's about 5 or 6 of these on Telegram that you can use. I'm now using all of them. Now here's another representation of a customer in one full Bitcoin. Here's another customer in 2.75. If you've been on this before, you've probably seen this, but you haven't seen this. It's now 2.81. The gentleman put in 2.75 Bitcoin. It's $300,000 plus. It's now got 2.81 Bitcoin. So they were withdrawing the profit every day. Now they're starting to compound, and it's quite easy. It's quite interesting to see where this is going to go. But you can follow this journey as we continue. Here's another very interesting component. Have a look at this on Febby. Can anybody calculate what we have here? Have a look at this, guys. Hopefully you're watching this on a computer. I always tell my guests, if at all possible, please watch on a computer. Don't watch on your phone. It's small, you can't see. When you're on the phone, you get a call, you get social media, there's disruptions. If you want to build a business, do it on your computer. Take time, go to a quiet place in the house and focus on your business. And if you want to see these numbers here, we take 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 26,545 million FB was deposited yesterday. And I haven't calculated that, but I know it's more than $250,000. So the big boys are playing here too, ladies and gentlemen. That's the point. You know, if you're struggling with $100, I appreciate that, but the big boys are playing here. And the fact is, I know who this customer is. I know this very, very well. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the card. The card is already functioning on Apple Pay and Google Pay, which is good news. So you can have the what do you call that? A virtual card. You can tap at the machines with your phone. You don't need the physical card. The physical cards at the moment have been sold out. Would you believe it? Yes. There's, I believe, 10,000 being printed right now. They should be dispatched very, very soon. and the appetite for this card is sensational. As I said, there's no KYC required. Where in the world do you want to get a Visa card without KYC? It's incredible. So therefore, the issuer of this card and the relationship and the due diligence that was needed to be done by the issuer to Aurum, not only to allow it to co-brand, to check its licensing, to check its wealth, to allow this to happen, guys, we must have something special here. You can put up to $100,000 a month before you're required to show your KYC. The top-up fee to put your USDT onto this, you see, you can stop your bot. If you want to take the money out, you take it to a wallet, but you could also put it to your card, so now you can go shopping. How would you like to shop with cryptocurrency? It's accepted wherever Visa card and MasterCard are accepted worldwide. This has been tested certainly in 20 countries that I know of. I'm sure if it works in those 20 countries, it works in every other country. It also works at the ATM machine where you can withdraw your cash. So you put in cryptocurrency, you take out cash from the ATM machine. So the 2.2% fees is very low. But here's the good news, that 2.2% remains with us, guys. It remains with the affiliates. All right.
Aurum Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees, physical card included. Higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank.
Guys, even the music's good. I even love that music, and I'll tell you why. How would you like to get paid when your next door neighbor goes shopping, buying the groceries for the week, and you make money? What about your next door neighbor going online to buy some clothing from an online retailer and you got paid? What about somebody went for a coffee tomorrow morning and you got paid? What about somebody going to the ATM machine to withdraw $300 of cash and you got paid? Think that's a good idea? Does your present bank permit that you can issue a card and you get paid on their spending? Well, that's the opportunity here. Well, it's cryptocurrency. You can stop the bot and put your funds onto the card, but let's say you're not even trading. You can import your money from an external wallet like Binance or KuCoin or OKX or Trust Wallet or MetaMask. You can send it into your Aurum account, put it up onto your card, and off you go shopping. So we've made things easier. The off-ramp is sensational. Company's also going to create a KYC card. This is a non-KYC, but for those of you who prefer a KYC, that's also in the making. So we are going to have a centralized exchange, which will require KYC, and we're going to have a decentralized exchange, which does not require KYC. We're going to have a KYC Visa card and a non-KYC, which is already in place and working sweet right across the globe. The cards start at $33 with no monthly fees. There's a $66 option, a $99 option. The only one I'm talking about is the Infinity card. It's $249. Why do I only talk about this? Because, it's the best. If you like the best house, the best car, the best lifestyle, then you want the best card. Best card is $249, no monthly fees, and $150 of that is commissionable. $150 out of the $249 stays with the network, and you can make a fortune if you order the card. And the 2.2% when a card customer load up, that also stays with us as well. So it's sensational. No KYC, low fees, low transaction fees, and of course $100,000 a month you can put onto the card. So I'm not going to over explain this because we prefer to do this on training, but depending on your rank, you get a certain percentage of loading fees. So let's say you're a prime, you're going to get 76% of the commission on a card. So there's $150 commission. If you were rank 7, you're going to get 76% of $150. Well, 75% of $150 is $100. So if you are at rank 7 and give away 10 cards today, you're going to make $1,000 a day just giving out the cards. If you do another 10 cards tomorrow, you get another $1,000 tomorrow, and you can get $1,000 a day putting 10 of these into the marketplace. That's not where the money is. As each of these customers go shopping and they top up their card, you get 76% of the loading fees as well. That's if you're ranked 7. If you're ranked 6, you get 73. If you're ranked 3, you get 47.5. And if you're brand new, like most of you, you still get 35%, which is incredible. And if you're ranked 7 and one of your guys is down at rank 1, you get the difference. You get 41%. Sensation. We'll cover more of this in training, but I'd like to show the card working. Here's John doing his very second transaction ever. He was the first gentleman in the United Kingdom to get one of these cards. And this was the second transaction he did. He was sent off to the shop to get some milk, and here we go.
Here we go.
Do this.
Second official transaction. Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There we go. Cryptocurrency in a fiat world. Well, the shop didn't know it was cryptocurrency. The shop received pound sterling because the card converts. It exchanges your cryptocurrency to fiat currency, no matter where you are. Your dollar land, euro land, pound land, naira land, zen, whatever currency you're in, the card will convert it for you. So here's a demonstration of a withdrawal at an ATM machine. So imagine you've got some cryptocurrency, you want to spend it, you need to turn it into cash, pop it into your Aurum account, send it onto your card, and pop off to the ATM machine. Have a look at this.
Okay, in goes the Aurum card. Okay, so there's 5,720 on the thing. Let's do a transaction. Let's take out.
Can't wait to get my own card here in Canada. That will be a blowout. Nobody can stop us now.
We got other maximum 800. So the fee is $3.99.
You heard the reasons why I don't have a card yet is because it's sold out. So this is happening live in Europe.
How is it about that? 40, 20-pound notes. 40, that's why it was so thick to get it out. Most of these machines are limited to like 250 pounds. So maybe in the United States, that would be $300 or $400. They seem to have a limit that you can't present the card again. You have to come back tomorrow. They're kind of restricted, but not this. It doesn't know. That was $1,000. That was 800 pounds taken out in one go. And if you re-present the card, you do it again and again and again and again. In fact, on this occasion, it was 3,200 pounds. It was four withdrawals done simultaneously, one after the other. Not simultaneously, consecutively, and that's incredible to turn currency into paper money. What can I say? All right. So that's our presentation over tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've taken, 40 minutes of your time, maybe 40 minutes. We talked about the CEO, Brian Benson from Finance, ex-director from Latin America. A great guy. We looked at some of the Google searches we did. We found his images. We found out that Forbes had written positively about it. We see that Visa are happy enough to do business with them. So why shouldn't we be? So with that said, you could get back to the person to share this information with you, maybe get an account set up, try it for $100 and see how it goes, or more if you wish. And I wish you every success, whatever decision you make. For those of you willing to stay on, I'm going to take another 5 minutes, if you don't mind, to show those of you that are interested in learning how to make additional income On top of just products making you money, we also have what's called a partner program. You might refer to it as an affiliate program, just like Apple. Apple have an affiliate program. And if you promote Apple products, Apple give you rewards. Well, Aurum are using the same type of program. If you are happy to tell customers about this product, if you try to help some customers get their hands on one of these cards, you get some rewards. And these are very beneficial. So for those of you willing to stay, let's look at the affiliate program. Well, everybody starts as Nova. That's where I started. That's where you'll be starting. And Nova means new. If there was a new star in the sky tonight, it would be known as the Nova Star. You are the new star in our business if you decide to come on board. Now, you are entitled to 3% of every deposit from all of your customers, provided you have an account yourself. If you don't have an account, you're not eligible for commission. Why? Brian Benson said this to me. There's nobody better to promote a product or a service than an existing happy customer. So if you're not happy with it, you won't be telling anybody. So it makes sense that if you've got an account, minimum $100, so the whole world can participate in this. Yeah, minimum $100, you're eligible for 3% on the deposit, which is great. Now, of course, you can get promoted. Everybody likes a promotion. The first promotion is Voyager. Voyager means now you're going on a journey. You're now starting to build a team. When you have $7,500 in total team trading volume in that first bot that we looked at tonight, remember the one that went from 500 to 849, the same one that went from 10,000 to 20,000. If you're using that one, you add up all the deposits from all of your customers and all of their customers and all of theirs and theirs and theirs. It's not just your customers, it's the entire team. It's quite easy to do. When you have $7,500 of total team trading volume, you are considered Voyager. You now get 5% on deposits. You don't need any more in your own account, and you get $100 back. So for those of you that put in $100, you've got your $100 back. So now you're in a total risk-free situation. Now that's a great place to be. 100 in, 100 out, and you're still in the business making money. And I think that's sensational. Now, what could you do with 100? Pop it in the card and go shopping. What else could you do? Add it to your bot if you want your bot to grow. What else could you do? Withdraw to any USDT wallet of your choice. Online, offline, centralized, decentralized, even a cold storage wallet. You can just put in your address, withdraw that 100, and there you go. You're in the business for free. A lovely position to be. But the biggest commission is over here, I believe, which is a 5% daily matching bonus now on all the profits of all your customers. So let's say you were trading in the EXI bot, and you told me about it, and I started trading in there as well. And then I sneak over to Telegram and I put some Bitcoin in there. I didn't tell you. I put in some Bitcoin over there to trade. Guess what happens? You get 5% every day on the Bitcoin I make. I'm one of your customers, and you qualified for 5%. It's only on the profit, not on my deposit, on my profit. If I pop in some Ethereum, remember the gentleman that put in 26,500 million peppy? I know somebody who's getting 5% every day on what that makes. It's incredible. So you actually can build a portfolio of tokens and coins even if you don't have them in the system itself. Very, very exciting part of the program. Of course, who wants 5% when there's 7%? And all you need to do is go to Vanguard. And I know Alicia did it here just the other day. Congratulations. And many of you have done Vanguard. It's $25,000 of total team trading in the EXI bot. Now, one customer might do that for you. Or, let's say you started and one customer did a 10,000 deposit. Well, already you're Voyager with one customer. Or it could be multiple little customers. But again, we'll cover more of this at training. There's some great bonuses here. There's a $1,000 bonus, $2,000 bonus every time you hit a rank. Some companies give you a nice pen for reaching a rank. Oh, congratulations, here's a little pen. And then they give you, oh, hey, we've got a little Samsung, a little Apple phone. And then they give you, what do they give you after that? A pen, a phone, an iPad. And then they give you a little holiday to Dubai for 4 days. What does this company do? It gives you 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. You do what you want. Then what does it give you? 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, $500,000 bonus. $1 million bonus, $2 million bonus. Guys, sky's the limits here. What did Brian Benson say at the start of my presentation? He wants to create 1,000 millionaires. If you can get yourself somewhere in the zone of, I'm going to say legend to Dominion, somewhere in the zone, the cash bonuses alone have made you almost a millionaire. 500,000 plus 150 is 650, 750, 800,000, $820,000 plus that first page, plus all the commissions, plus the shareholder bonuses, and so much more, guys. I think it's an exceptional affiliate program, but again, don't be misled that earnings are easily achieved. It takes hard work. I'm not just doing one presentation today. This is my fourth. I have another one to do tonight as well. So it takes hard work, it takes commitment, it takes focus. But if you're willing to roll up your sleeves, there's certainly something here for all of you. And just to finish with a few withdrawals, some people ask, well, what about the withdrawals? How does that work? Very well is my answer. How does the withdrawals work? Very well. You can withdraw to your wallet, or you could pop it up onto your card. Yeah, very, very simple. You can see here's an account on the 19th of April, 0.1 Bitcoin was withdrawn. It gives you the hash transaction ID with every transaction, it gives you the wallet address. You can see these are just blocked out for privacy purposes. On the 27th of April, it's $500 withdrawn. 1 month later, 27th of May, 5,000 withdrawn. 2 days later, 29th of May, 4,500 withdrawn. 18 days later, $10,000 withdrawn, which is sensational. So we'll that's the 5, the 5, the 4.5, and the 10,000. Then there was 3,500 withdrawn on the Independence Day, 4th of July. Then on the 7th, it was $20,000 withdrawn. How much did the customer get out of that 20,000? The answer's on the screen. This is their trust wallet. They do 20,000. They received $19,799. 1% plus a dollar. Of course, you put 20,000 onto the card and go shopping, buy yourself a car, improve the home, give it to the kids, give it to charity, help the homeless, do what you wish, go to the ATM machine, have some fun. So it's exceptional. Again, here's another page of withdrawals. Same customer, same account. On the 15th of July, $4,000. 16th of July, $2,500. 16,000 up at the top. How much did they receive? 15,839. Some might ask, what's this grayed out zone at the bottom? That's because we covered that on the last slide, the 3.5 and the 20,000. That's grayed out because the page will just scroll down and grab it again. And again, $30,000 withdrawn from this account on the 12th of August. On the 14th of August, 6,500. I mean, it's sensational. $10,000, and it doesn't stop there, but that's enough to illustrate to you that something's working very, very well here. And with that said, we have come to the end of our presentation. Taking 50 minutes of your day, but I hope it's been worth your while. I would highly recommend you get back to the person that shared this with you. Even if it's not for you, that's fine. Thank them anyway. They thought enough of you to share this information with you. They have assumed this is something you like, or otherwise they wouldn't have recommended it to you. So do your homework, get on board. If you can get your account funded today, you get your first rewards tomorrow. How nice would that be to say, hey, I was on a presentation last night and I've already got paid, and that comes as soon as tomorrow if you can do it tonight. I would suggest just try that first product that EXI bought. Once you're happy with that one, maybe explore those other ones. And then maybe the week after, grab yourself a card. No point having the card initially if you have no money to put on it. Let's make some money, get yourself a card and pop the money on the card and go shopping. So that is our presentation tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I've enjoyed sharing this with you. We'll see you next time again. Thank you so much. Good night.
Recording stopped.
And just to finish, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk briefly about the 1 week left, or just thereabouts, for the Phuket promotion. I think you need to do whatever possible in the next 3 or 4 days to get here. I'll tell you why. Brian Benson is here with his wife, and you're going to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and tea, evening meals, swimming pool time with Brian Benson. You're going to be able to ask him anything you want. What about finance? What about this? What are you going to do? Or when's this exchange? you will be able to meet the person themselves. You'll be able to meet the traders. You'll be able to meet the trading team, the technology team, the management team. You'll be able to meet me and my wife and my son and his girlfriend who are qualified as well, and many leaders from around the world. We can spend time, we can brainstorm. There's going to be a prize giving session for ranked people. They're giving out the first shareholder bonus. They're making a new product for us. They're going to talk about getting real estate in Dubai for a very small fraction. How would you like to own a hotel in Dubai for $100? Well, okay, you don't own the whole hotel. They're going to take property. They're going to chop it up into fractions and allow, instead of one person owning it or two people, they're going to let lots of us own these properties with what's called RWA, real world assets. So if you've only $100, you get a share in this apartment, and the rent comes in, you get a reward. So these are the type of things that are going on in the background. They're going to create a situation where we can borrow against our assets. So if you Bitcoin, nobody wants to sell Bitcoin. You can borrow against it and get a loan against your own Bitcoin. So you still have your Bitcoin. And of course, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to do lots of things with this and have some free time as well. We're going to do some training here as well. So please break your back, sell your bed. Sell your bet. Get here. It is quite tough to do, but I have one friend on this call did it this first day. He went and shared this with one customer. The customer put in $50,000. He was qualified 3 ranks, qualified him and himself for Phuket with one customer. Guys, just go do it. I want you to get out here. I know there was over 150 people qualified. It's probably going to double. There's going to be 300 or 400 of us out here. It's going to be special. And don't bring any money. You don't need money. It's 5-star accommodation. It's got its own private beach. You need to bring about 25,000 business in to qualify one person, 40 for 2. They're doing some special. You get 4 extra nights on the islands with the owner, with Brian Benson. If you really bring in big business, of course you can do that. There's people out there with big deposits. They've already told us the location is Marriott. Phuket Merlin Beach Hotel. It's got its own private beach here. How nice is that? Remember these photographs we see on the internet? How about being there? Big rooms, your own beach. The only thing I can't guarantee is the ship. The ship could be moved on a little bit. But in that photograph, the cruise liner was there. Beach bar, you mentioned it. So I'm going to leave it there. Same time, same link tomorrow. Bring everybody you know. Talk soon. Thanks. Good night, everyone. Radio Aurum. Here we go.
Smile, friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because I wish you softly creeping. Left the scenes while I was sleeping. And the vision, there was plenty in my prayer. Still remains within the sound of silence. Rustling dreams I walked alone. Narrow streets of cobblestone. Beneath the hill of Gilany, I took my garden to the core. With my arrow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the studio. The Ministry of Miracle is committed to doing the foremost research for all of my friends, my family, those of you who enjoy and have subscribed. If you haven't, please book a one-on-one time. I'm real. I'm here, sitting home, working with you, and I wanted to bring you to attention to 2 things before I finish off. This got a little bit longer, so it's going to take you about an hour, 13 minutes, 15 minutes to be exact. I will teach you the how. I will introduce you to Hugh Paul. I will take you to Thailand. I will do all of the work. All I need you to do is ask me for a code to sign up on a team in your local area. I'm Arif Gilany. I look forward to your feedback. Please like, please share this comment. Please share this with someone who may need help desperately. Just an opportunity like a Raleigh Rossino, like a Hadi Mahochi, like all of these people who have replaced their incomes in less than 90 days. This is your chance to become totally, absolutely, fundamentally free forever. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. I'm Arif Gilany. I look forward to seeing you same time, 3 o'clock p.m. at Toronto time, 8 p.m., 10 p.m. in Iran. Join this. دوستان عزیز ایرانی، کوردهای عزیز، یه بانک سیستم جدید هست که میخوام به همتون آشنایی بدم. لطفاً اگه این پرزنتیشن رو تا الان دیدید و سوالاتی داشتید حتما با من تماس بگیرید. همین امروز میتونید شروع کنید، فردا میتونید سودتون رو ببینید همینطوری که الان نشون میدم. I just wanted to quickly share my screen with you to show you my way of explaining this through my own journey of Aurum. I started with this bot. Again, we will teach you all of the fundamentals, how to have an account here. Pre-startup courses are all available. Right now, I have made $34, and I don't know where it came from, but I'm going to top up my account to make sure that, all right. And I will copy this one here. That's the power of building a team, my friend. Next, and I'll paste it here, and I say save. Oh, save. Anyways, I will transfer my money later, but I have more important things to show you where I go to my bot. And I share my own personal, humble little story with you on August 11th of 2025, which is right here at the bottom. I started with $130. Right now, my money has grown to $217, and you saw another to $34. That might make it $250, which I will be qualified for the next level, which will be me closer to becoming a legend. I want to be a legend. Do you? Do you want to be a legend? Look at the bonuses that I have accumulated right now is $2,920 in 3 weeks, and I made $100 in legacy earnings because I built a team, and right now I am at a nouveau. I just started. When you ask me for a copy, I will copy this. I will come back here. I will send it to you, and I will guide you, and I'll take your hand all the way through the process. So here's the link that I'm putting on the right-hand side of this. And if you are not familiar with this platform, which is called Meeting, I ask you to go ahead and download a few things. One, download Meeting, MEETN. Again, I will put it here for you, METEN. So you can watch this live any day, anywhere. Number two is VPN in your neighborhood, in your area, in your country. Number three is Brave browser. And the number four is ask for a code, invitation code, that is, invitation code. Okay, so those are the steps that you do before you even get in touch with us. But I appreciate 1 hour, 20 minutes of your time. We've tried our best to create miracles in the lives of many people as possible. My vision is by year 2030, over 5 million users will use the card, will use the account, will use and become financially independent. And I want you to be one of them. I'm Arif Gilany. I have been a financial advisor for over 10 years, and I have been in health and wellness, which has taken me to the next link that I wanted to share with you, because winter is coming. Things are getting colder day by day. Some of you have arthritis. Some of you have pain. Some of you have back pain. Even those of you who have money, you have pain, my friend. And I wanted to introduce you through this lengthy video to Camel Care. So allow me to take you some other products, show you around, tell you what you need to do and how you can get your hands on some premium. First and foremost, our regular socks. 6 pairs of socks are available until the end of September, which I leave Canada for $100. Otherwise, they will be available on contact us right here. You should go to the message of contact us and check out our affiliates right here at 460 Elgin Mills and email us, or visit us 9 to 17 hour for all of your pain solutions. Here are some of our products as I go through the waist support. I am here going through the knee support. I have here anyone with arthritis. These are anti-arthritic products, absolutely miraculous, just fitting with Aurum. If you need a comfortable sleep, friends, here is your chance to order. Pre-orders, make sure you contact us 416-474-2540. Ultra comfortable. I'm taking this, and at the end of this month, I will be my 7th trip with this absolutely miraculous, soft, luxurious blanket that I just absolutely love. We always promote the products we use. I also have this course that you can subscribe and teach. All of you who subscribe me in Aurum or join me in Aurum, this course will be absolutely free for you. I'll take you through a 90-day of training to make sure that you understand the details of how to build routines and mindsets that will make you a millionaire. I'm Arif Gilany. I look forward to getting your request to sign you up with Aurum Infinity Ecosystem Foundation. Thank you for watching.